Hey guys, welcome back to the GIZGUIDEPH channel. This is Neil, and in this video we will be unboxing the newly announced Vivo Y31. This was recently announced in India and will be coming to the Philippines very soon. And it is priced at 6,490 Indian rupees, but there is no official price yet in the Philippines. If you convert it, it will be around 11,000, so we can expect that the price point will be there. So this could be a very competitive, affordable smartphone from Vivo that will be released very soon. But before we unbox this thing, let's look at the specs. Okay guys, the Vivo Y31 has the Snapdragon 662, 8GB of RAM, 128GB of storage. It has 5000 mAh battery with 18 watts fast charging. It also has a 3.5mm headphone jack, and it also has the 48MP main rear camera, 2MP macro camera, and 2MP depth sensor, while in front is the 8MP selfie camera. And as I said earlier, it is priced at 16,490 Indian rupees, but there is no price for the Philippines yet as of the recording of this video. Once the price has been released for the Philippines, we will add it in the description box below. And that is it. Let's open this thing. Let's pop open this thing. There we go. Satisfying peel. Put this away. Give it a nudge. There we go. So right out of the box, we're going to take this out. There is the phone over there, but let's look what's inside this thing. First off, we have the included signature Vivo transparent jelly case with textured back, which gives it a little bit of character every now and then. Now, I have to comment that Vivo has been giving us cases for a long time. They've also been giving us very high quality cases. Usually, the cases that come with the phone usually turn yellow after a long time, but from my experience, after having several phones with something similar, they don't usually turn yellow as fast as other jelly cases. Aside from that, we get the documentation, of course, the quick start guide, and of course the SIM ejector tool over here. We'll put this to one side first, and then let's move on to the phone itself. But of course, teaser lang yan. We're going to get what else is inside. Of course, we have our charging brick. It's the usual 2-prong for the Philippines. This is 5 volts, 2 amperes, so 18-watt charger, a 15 to 18-watt charger, and USB Type A with the 2 prongs. And then of course, we have here the cable. It is USB-C to USB Type A for the cable itself, and it's the usual Vivo cable that has a very thick cable and then very solid build. But this one has a different finish. Before it's usually glossy, now it's somewhat matte, which is nice. I like it better. It won't get dirty as much. Now of course, we have the standard AirPods like earphones from Vivo. This is 3.5mm headphones, and then we also have the microphone over here with a button so you can assumably press it while in a call. So basically, you just press it while you're during a call and it will answer it for you. And of course, there's a microphone over there, so you can speak to it when you're in a vid call or when you're in a normal call, but you just want to use the headset instead. Alright, I guess that's what's inside the box. Let's look at it again. We have the 18-watt charger. We have here the USB Type A to USB-C cable. We also have the earphones, and we have the phone, the quick start guide, the SIM ejector tool, and of course the case. And then now let's get to the phone itself. I usually just press it out. I don't do the peeling. Alright. It's gorgeous, right? Can you believe this is in India costing just under 16,490 Indian rupees? It's around 11,000 pesos. We don't know yet how much it will cost in the Philippines, but if it's around that price range, this is a very stunning phone for that price. If it's gonna be under 15,000, this is actually a very beautiful phone. And then right away, I noticed that this may look glass when you're looking at it far away, but it's plastic. But it's not quite glossy. It actually has a texture to it. It's frosted plastic, which we usually find at more expensive phones. This is nice. And then of course, we have the polycarbonate frame. It's not metal, but it's polished in a way that it looks like metal. But if you touch it, it is polycarbonate. It's also very lightweight, very smooth as well. I like the polished finish. It does have that polycarbonate feel to it. And then of course we have here the power button that doubles as a fingerprint scanner, and then the volume up and down rocker. While on top, that is our SIM tray and then a microphone. So since we're here, let's check out the SIM tray. Let me pull out the SIM ejector tool from the quick start guide. Let's press it out. There we go. Put the SIM ejector tool back, and then we're gonna pull it out. As you can see, this is a very interesting thing. I want you to zoom in. There is a gasket. Now there is no, from the specs that we got, there was no IP certification, but there is a gasket, so this could have an uncertified water resistance feature with it. And then of course we have here dual nano SIM tray slots, and then of course a micro SD. So this is a complete set. You can get 2 SIMs and then 1 micro SD, which is pretty good and very much needed by us right now, because most flagship phones right now no longer have this feature. So if you want to live that life with having multiple SIMs, it's a very good feature. Now of course, now back on the other side, it's very smooth. There's nothing there anymore. And then at the bottom, we have here the 3.5mm headphone jack, another microphone slot, the USB Type-C port, and then the speakers. Now moving on to the back, as I said earlier, this is the very nice gradient. It comes from a very light blue to a teal to a dark blue. The gradient is pretty attractive, but there's also a slight change of shimmer depending on how the light hits the back. And of course we have the Vivo logo here at the bottom, and then of course the camera module. The camera module is quite inspired from the Vivo X50 and then the Vivo V20 series, but it isn't as nice in terms of trim. But for this price, I think it's very pretty, and Vivo has been stepping up their design very much for the past few years, and I have to give it to them. I like the fact that there is the LED flash, and then of course the labeling of the camera. It's a triple camera setup, and as you can see here, it will also tell us that it has a range of 24mm to 27mm using an aspherical lens. That's very interesting. They did not put a brand name of a camera company, but instead gave us the information about the camera, which I think is a little bit more it shows that Vivo has more confidence in their camera right now. Alright, let's turn it on so we can see what's in front. Alright. Grabe, one take yan bro. Dire-diretsoy natin to. Teka nga lang. There we go. As you can see here guys, now we're at the setup screen, and then you can see our display. It's a very beautiful display with very curved corners, and then of course the super slim side bezels. Look at that, it's super slim, and also the top bezel also, but there is a notch over here with the selfie camera. And then of course I think this is the biggest part of the bezel. This is the bottom chin bezel, and it's really thick. It's really noticeable, especially because the side and top bezels are so thin. So you may want to I think you'll get used to it after a while, but it is noticeable during your first use of this phone. So let's set it up. I'll put in my information and I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, now we've set it up. I put my Google account inside, and then as you can see here, the display is very colorful, very vibrant. There's a punch to it. And then of course the viewing angles, as you can see, it's very consistent on all viewing angles. Plus, if you look closely, the text is really crisp. This is a very nice screen. Vivo has also been improving their screens lately. They've been using a lot of very good screens, sometimes from Samsung, depending on the phone. And then this is such a good experience right there. The only thing that I really notice is the chin bezel, but I can really forgive it now. Now, since we're here now, let's try using the cameras. Alright, I'm taking pictures of our videographer here. Of course, his face is obscured by the camera, but let's turn on the bokeh mode. And then there we should see a very nice blur artificial, but that's pretty good actually. Alright, now let's try it here. This camera is a triple camera setup, so let's shoot it. Of course, we have the main camera right now. And then we have the telephoto. We don't have an ultra wide apparently. So let's check if we do have. We have the 48 megapixel mode. Let's try that out. Alright. Then now let's try the selfie. That was the portrait mode with the bokeh. Now let's try the normal selfie. Alright, let's tuck it here back, sit down, and let's check it out. As you can see here guys, it's pretty sharp. Kita-kita yung pimple ko dun sa chin ko right now. And then look at the background. It's actually, kita yung mga buildings sa likod ko. It's pretty sharp for a selfie. As I said, as you can see here, my glasses, ang ganda ng rim, yung brass. Nandun na feel ko na brass talaga yung rim ng aking glasses. Then of course, dito sa portrait mode, as you can see here, yung edge detection, ang ganda. For around 12,000 pesos, ang ganda ng edge detection ito. Medyo nawala nga lang yung ibang hair strands ko dito sa taas ng buhok ko, pero that's good. And of course, we have the 48 megapixel AI mode. It's actually pretty much 48 megapixel pero malambot yung mga ano. That's not okay. This is the telephoto. This is sharper actually than 48 megapixel mode. What? And then of course our wide. Same story. It's actually decently sharp. And of course our portrait mode. As you can see here, the edge detection is okay. Medyo nahirapan siya dun sa ating dead rat for the microphone ng camera. And that's it. Okay. So I think let's get on with the summary of the new Vivo Y31. So right out of the box, Vivo has been giving us a lot of stuff inside the box right away. As you can see here, we have so much stuff. Most phones right now don't have the charger anymore, they don't have the earphones anymore, but here Vivo continues to give us the charger, the earphones, the USB type A to USB-C cable. We even get a case, we get our quick start guide, and of course the SIM ejector tool, and of course the phone. Now the Vivo Y31, right out of the box, the thing that I noticed right away was the design. This colorway is very pretty. The gradient here is just nice, from the light blue to teal to dark blue. And then of course the camera setup, it's very much inspired from the beautiful X50 Pro that was released in 2020. I like the fact the triple camera setup here, the 48 megapixel main camera, 2 megapixel macro and 2 megapixel depth. And I like the fact that they didn't add a brand here. They just said that it's a triple camera with a range of 24mm to 27, and of course the LED flash. The polycarbonate frame I really like. It does feel like polycarbonate when you hold it, but from afar it does look like metal, and it feels very lightweight. I love the build quality of this thing right out of the box. I like that Vivo also placed the triple slot SIM tray, meaning we can have 2 nano SIMs, and then of course a micro SD card slot. And then lastly, the display is so nice, 1080p, and then with very slim bezels, and of course the notch with the 8 megapixel selfie camera. You can see here that the viewing angles is very nice, the colors are very vibrant, and then of course the text is very crisp. So for hopefully and when we get the official price of the Vivo, I think if it's priced very well, this could be a very nice phone to have if you have a very tight budget and you fit the price range. Overall, I'm very happy with the unboxing experience of the Vivo Y31. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also ask questions in the comment section or message us in any of our socials, and we'll get to you as soon as possible. This has been Neil. I hope you enjoyed this short unboxing. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!